Must be a lot of people by hadlakas tonight.
Why?
Shvacha crowd.
I just finished my hadlaka.
This is not bad.
Where the hadlakas?
I had one in my backyard.
Right now, I'm enjoying mine in my backyard.
Yeah, me too.
By the way, this isn't a bad crowd. This is 18, 19 people. It's getting there.
Thiago, I'll send you a picture later. I'm doing a mobile.
How are you going to a wedding?
Use a what?
I'll send you a picture later, but I'm doing a mobile hadlaka.
In the back of a pickup truck?
Is that like my Purim hot dog and beer at the back of the pickup truck?
Oh, I remember that.
I'm gonna do it on the trailer just in case.
Simon, what was that little guy's name?
Viegas.
Your sidekick. What was his name?
That was Viegas.
Oh, from the video?
Yeah.
That's Elio Schwartzman.
Schwartzman was with you for the barbecue? I thought it was Viegas.
No. Viegas and Jonathan Schwartzman.
By the way, I got a very big complaint that we're not recording early enough, and the people that are watching online are only hearing like a drop of the conversation. They're very upset because all they hear about is minyanim and this is all usher.
Well, then tell them to sign in.
Parrots. Do you remember Akiva Gutnicki? He was in Shayoshev when I first came, so he lives here now. He lives in South Bend, and he's been watching the videos and then picking out like geschmack points where like you guys are like picking on me or like we're making like serious late honest, and they'll cut it out and then put it on the WhatsApp chat for the South Bend.
I tell you what, if the guy finishes his entire shots by doing that and making a compilation, you all accomplish something,
right?
They do a fantastic.
All right, are we ready to roll?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Who the ladies yelling in the background?
Okay, so Chazara from yesterday. Oh shoot, I meant to post it and I didn't. Not that anybody reads it anyways, but
I read it every day.
all right. I could just send it to you then.
Oh, 1 second, Sviakov, you got hadlaka going on outside in front of your house.
Had nothing to do with me.
I just saw a video of it. Somebody sent me.
Yes, nothing to do with me.
Send it to me.
Sviakov,
Who's doing the hadlaka?
Sviakov, you did get a little popcorn as we walked in. That I did see.
Didn't get a what?
A little popcorn.
Yes, that much I took.
Who's doing the hadlaka?
Yaakov, hey, your lens is also dirty.
My lens is dirty?
Yep.
I don't even know where my lens is.
Also, tell mommy it's a little loud in the background.
Yeah, that's because Miriam's here.
See, I wasn't going to say that. I blame it on my mother. I don't fight with my sister-in-law.
I don't fight with her either.
I prefer to fight with my mother.
Hence, I'm in the kitchen.
Right? Landau, back away at least 6 feet from Langer. I know it's hard. I know you guys are
your
connected.
lens is dirty, but oh wait, that's just your face.
Okay, let's go. Yeah.
Gosh, got my voice outside.
Okay, the chazah from yesterday. So, soft things have to be tied to ears, to the ears and to the feet. Machlokes if the period protection needs to be tied on him. Yochanan stuck the cotton far into his ear. And it's a lot of action here. What should I do? What she's allowed, and my son-in-law is in the study, so therefore the office. So I'm stuck. I'm out of that too. So, whatever. What she's
You
allowed
need to
put
reestablish dominance. I think that's what it sounds like.
So yeah. What she's allowed to put into her teeth. When the Mishna is going out with a coin on a cut, girls should go out with can go out with strings in their ears. Different women going out with different things, like Arab countries going with the face covering, and then all women could do that. It was just talking about those that it's negeya to, and then a rock or a nut could be carried out on Shabbos, and should be put but it can't be put on in the first place. And the Gemara says why specifically a coin, and then that the whole story with the 3 things that the father Shmuel was strict with his daughters, and then can you do trickery to carry out a nut to a child on Shabbos? Fine. So Zok the Mishna Hakiteya.
Before you get there, can I ask a more uncomfortable question for the Olam here? We were talking about pads and things like that, menstrual stuff. Is there a difference between that and the other? What's the other one? The
tampon.
The tampon, yeah.
No difference.
No difference.
No difference.
Okay.
Same thing. But yeah, it's a good question. Yeah, because you think one goes internal, so maybe it's less of an issue, but no, it's the same issue. Yeah. Okay, Zog the Mishna. Akiteya yotze b'kav shelo. Akiteya, right? Akiteya is somebody who's missing a leg, so he's allowed to go out with his kav.
Why are tampons an issue when you said that yesterday that contact lenses aren't an issue?
No. Tampons are only an issue if it's not to protect her from feeling uncomfortable. If it's protect her clothing, then it's an issue.
Gotcha. Okay.
But the contact lenses is a tzayir if it's something that's needed. So right? So if somebody who's missing a foot can go out with his fake foot. That's what Rameir says. Rav Yossi says it's asur. Beis kibble, let's say it has a place in the leg, to put padding. Right? So tamei, then that thing is going to be tamei because that's what we call a clay kibble. That's a place that it can become a kli. Sumchas shaloi tamein medras. So the hamsan not sumchas, smuchas shaloi. Right? This is for somebody who's missing both legs. Okay, smuchas shaloi tamein medras. They become tamei medras. Remember what tamei medras is? That's anything that a person is normally using as shoes is tamei medras. So it has a separate tumah, and it only becomes tamei if it's shoes. It's not, and it could be anything. I mean, you could have 10 pairs of shoes on. It's all of them are going to become tamei because that's what tumas medras is. But yotzim b'Shabbos, and you can go out with them on Shabbos. V'nichnasim ben bazor, and you can go with them into the azora. Okay, so it seems like it has different statuses, right? Because you're allowed to go out with them on Shabbos. That means that it's shoes, and you can go into them to the azora. Right, so why should we be able to do that? Right, then they're not considered shoes. That's what Rashi says. Meaning, some ways they are considered shoes, and some ways they're not considered shoes. Yeah, kisei v'smucha shalai, and it's that a kisei. It's sort of like a chair that the person without any feet puts under them. V'smucha shalai tamei and medras. They are tamei medras, right? You can't go out with them on Shabbos. You can't go with them into the Azara. Like luktamין. Luktamין, which the Gemara is going to go through, the Gemara is going to give three options what they are. There's either a mask or like a horse that you sit on, or maybe a fake horse that the clown would sit on, or anything that we'll see in the Gemara. Okay, so Zok the Gemara. It's very interesting here because this Mishnah, right? It says that Rameir said it's mutter, and Rav Yossi says asur. So we're going to spend most of this Amud just trying to figure out if that's the way it was, or was it the opposite? That Rav Yossi said mutter, and Rameir said asur. So Amalei, by the way, for those that drink, Amud beis is much more interesting than Amud aleph. Okay.
So Yaakov, very quickly, the masks we wear, we'd be able to walk around with on Shabbos.
That was a tweet. I think that was my Friday. That was my Friday. I love the tweet. Yeah.
It's considered a beged?
Nowadays it is. If under regular circumstances, probably not. But nowadays it certainly is. Yeah. Even
just a point of clarification. We're talking about the chairs. Does that include something like Bisman? Is that like a wheelchair, or is that just something that back?
No, it has to be something. No, it has to be something. Yeah, it's something that he's using for as a transportation, sort of like shoes, right?
A wheelchair is a transportation.
What?
If you don't have legs, and you sit on a wheelchair.
Meaning a transportation for him to transport himself.
Again.
As opposed to being pushed by somebody else.
You can go like this. They have arms.
No, but okay, it's sort of. I don't think it's the same as a wheelchair because it's hard. Yeah, maybe. I didn't look. I didn't think that it was the same as a wheelchair, but maybe you're right. Right? I hear. Okay, so Zog the Gemara. Amalei Rav Nachman. Heichi Tanan. How did you learn it? Now the Gemara doesn't explain more than that, so you need Rashi. Meaning, is it Rameir and Rav Yossi switched? So Amalei Lo Yadai Nehilchas. I don't know the halacha. Lo Yadai Nehilchas. I don't know what the halacha is. Amalei Lo Yad. I'm sorry. Amar le lo yadayin, I don't know. Hilchas tamei, what's the halacha? Amar le lo yadayin, he said, I don't know. Itmar Amar Shmuel, so now he said he doesn't know which way the order, who says what in the Mishnah. So Itmar Amar Shmuel ain't a kiteya, that the Shmuel says the kiteya cannot go out. Amar Rav Huna ain't a kiteya. The kiteya cannot go out. So Amar Rav Yosef, Amar Shmuel ain't a kiteya. Amar Rav Huna ain't a kiteya. Nami nisni ain't ha kiteya. Right? Now that's different than our version of the Mishnah. Our version of the Mishnah says ha kiteya can go out. They're saying now ain't ha kiteya. So Maskef la Rava Bashira, Losh Mia Lahu Had the Masni le Rachana Rava Lachia Barav Kamed Rav Ikituna de Be Rav, where he said it in the small little bit of Rav's ain't a kiteya yotz b'kav shaloi. A kiteya cannot go out with his kav, right? Divrei Rameya, but Rabbi Yossi matter. Rabbi Yossi says it's mutter. Umachvi l'Rav epoch, and Rav showed him that he said the opposite. So Rav Nachman Yitzchak siman of samach, right? That the one that has the samach in his name is the one that said Osir, right? Because Osir has the words samach in it, and so does Yossi. But Shmuel, Aviy, and Shmuel himself also was chayzer, and it said that Rameir is the one that said mutter, right? If somebody takes off a sandal that doesn't belong to him, the sandal shalates, meaning, I'm sorry, does not take it off. He does chalitza, right? When somebody does chalitza, right? Well, that's when a sibling, his brother, dies without having any kids. So he has to do chalitza. So he has to have his own sandal, right? So let's say he does chalitza with somebody else's sandal. The sandal shalates, or he does it with wood, because it has to be made out of leather. So let's say he does it with wood. I shall small be a min. Or he does the left shoe on the right foot, meaning it's got to be the right with the right. Chalitza ksher, the chalitza still ksher. Ramina mantana, and who is this tana? Amar Shmuel Rameir, it's Rameir. The tani hakiteya yotze b'kav shaloi divrei Rameir. That the kiteya can go out with it. Rav Yossi says also. Rav Huna Hadabai, and Rav Huna also was chayzer from what he had said. The Tanya, can you hear, or is that music getting in the background? Good?
I hear you, okay.
All right. The Tanya sandal shel sayadin tamei medras. A sandal of sayadin. Sayadin are, how do you call sid? People that, plasterers. People that did plastering. Tamei medras. So they put on these sandals so that the shoes wouldn't get ruined. So sandal shel sayadin tamei medras. V'isha chaletzes by an isha can do chalitza. V'yotzim by Shabbos, and you could even go out with Shabbos. And they were not agreeing with Rabbi Kiva. But we had in the Brisa that they were moeded to him. Who's the one that agreed with him was Rabbi Meir, and who's the one that didn't agree with him was Rabbi Yossi. And who's the one that was not moeded? The Yochanan ben Nuri. If you have how do you say kavera shokash? What do you call it? It's like the other one is a tube. Shreferes of reeds and a kavera shokash. It's made out of like a plate or something.
A straw mat or a straw tube?
A mat, okay, a mat of straw, or a shreferes of reeds. Rabbi Kiva matam, Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri matar. Rabbi Kiva says that tamei. Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri says it's Torah because these are not things that can become tamei. So Amar sandal shasayadin tamei medras. The sandal of shayadin is tamei medras. Halav lihiluchavi, because they're not meant to. Mean these sandals that the people that put on plaster are not meant to be worn. They're just meant to cover the sandals so that they don't get the mud all over them. So they said no, they can become tamei medras because they do walk with them to work. So since they wear them to work, therefore it's considered something that will come tamei. Fine. Okay. The bottom line is that that's why our Mishnah has it as Rameir says that the person with the one leg can go out with that stump, and Rav Yossi says also that's why our Mishnah has it though, because everybody came around and said that was the proper order of the Mishnah. And if it has a place to be makabel these soft things, and it's tamei. Tamei tumas meis, ain't tamei medras. It's going to become tumas meis, but it's not going to become tamei medras. Again, tamei medras we said is a special tumah that only if they step on it. Meaning it's not step. Meaning it's something that they normally use under them for walking or sitting. Rava Amar af tamei medras. Rava says no, it's even tamei medras. Amar Rava Minayim. How do I know? The Tnan Agola shel katan tamei medras. A wagon. This is what you were saying, Simon. I think. Right, a wagon of a katan is tamei medras. Abiy Amar, and Abiy says hasam samich lulav. there by the wagon, the kid sits in it. But here, by the guy with the one leg, he only uses it to help him walk, but he's not actually leaning on it. Rabbi says, how do I know that it's not tamei medras? The Tanya Makal shows tar miklon. Right, a walking stick of a zaken is tar from anything. Rava, and right, so what's Rava going to do with that? Rava Hasam, the truth say, sugya avida there. So it sounds like to be mataretz the sugya. What it there means is no. When somebody uses a walking stick, all he's doing is trying to straighten out his steps. Avida. But here, what was he talking about? But here, hold on a second. Here, what was the case? Right here by the wagon, it's and it's meant to be leaned on, and they are leaning on it. So therefore, it is going to be. Therefore, it's what it's saying. So that's Rava. Rava's going to say it's tamei medras too. Fine. Yeah, right. The tamei and medras vein yotzim b'shas vein and lichnasan l'azara. So it's tamei medras, and you can't go out with it on Shabbos, and you can't go to azara because it's considered like a shoe. Tani tana kamed Rav Yochanan lichnasan ben l'azara. Rav Yochanan said you can't go into the azara. I told you that a woman can do chalitza. You can do chalitza to a woman with this, which means obviously it is a shoe. And you told me that you can go in. Tani einach nazim ben l'azara. We learned that you can go into the azara. Fine. So that's Rabbi Yochanan obviously disagree with him. Luktamin tahira. Okay, my luktamin. Amar Abavo chamra da'achva. You know, like those people do this sometimes by weddings where they dress up like this. It makes it look like that a guy's riding on a horse. I don't know what the name for that is. You know what I'm talking about? Like you have a clown who makes it look like he's riding a horse. So that you can't go out with on Shabbos. Meaning, but the person sits on it. So it's tar because it's not meant to be sat on, obviously. But you can't go out with it on Shabbos. Rava Bar Papa or Kshiri. Rava Bar Papa says that it's Kshiri, right? It seems like there's special boots or things not to walk in the mud, not to get, to raise you up in the mud. Rava Bar Rav Huna Amar Farmi.
Still, no?
What?
Like
yeah,
still?
It sounds like you. I don't know.
Rashi says skates.
What?
Rashi says skates.
Oh, taka, right. Very good. Yeah. Rashi says skates. Skates. Very good. It says that you go in the mud with it. Right? Fine. And then the last opinion, what this thing is farmi. It's masks. Right? So obviously a mask is not something that you should be wearing in the street on Shabbos.
What do you got going on back there?
Mordechai came here and Abba, Nassim, they're having like a thing with a fire outside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm kind of glad I'm doing the daf.
If you want, I can lend you a Tishbeka shirt.
Only kind of, though.
Nah, you can't, Barrett, you can't. I already doing that one.
Okay, weiter. It's up the Mishna, yeah? Habonim yotzim b'ksharim. Sons can go out with ksharim. It literally means knots. We'll see in the Gemara what that means. So b'nei melachim b'zagin, and b'nei melachim, sons of kings, can go out with zugin. With bells. B'chol adam el shadu b'cham b'hayva. Right, and anybody else can go, but the Chachamim is talking about who the ones that normally go out. You want to say Yavad Gershi or what? No? All right.
Nah, it's too long. It's too long for now.
Okay. Fine. Okay, so again, like we said in the last Mishnah, or 2 Mishnahs ago, that anytime it describes things, it's just what do you call it? It's just that specific person, right? Okay, so my ksharim. What is ksharim? What does it mean ksharim? What are these knots? Amar Adam Mari, Amar Rav Nachman Bar Baruch, Amar Rav Ashi Bar Avin, Amar Rav Yehuda Kshurei Pua. There are these knots made out of, I don't know how to describe it, some sort of plants that people use for, I guess they had medicinal properties to them. So people use them. Amar Abiy, Amar Li Aim, my mother would say, now, when Abaya's mother died when she was in childbirth. So when he refers to his mother, it's not his natural mother, it's the lady who brought him up. So he had a lot of medical advice from her. So Amrli Ain, so my mother said, Tlasam Mukmi, 3 will keep you going. Chamisha Masu. If you have 5 of these pua things, then that will heal you. Shiva Afil Lukshafim Mailet. And if you have 7 of them, that's going to help you even for the heebie-jeebie things. What do you call kshafim?
Magic?
Witchcraft.
Witchcraft. Yeah. I don't know if it's exactly witchcraft. I guess so. Yeah. What are you saying?
Wasn't Abiy brought up by Rava?
He was. Yeah, but the lady that took care of him was this lady.
Wasn't Mrs. Rava?
I guess not. I don't know. Maybe till he got to Rava. Maybe. Yeah. These things only work if it doesn't sit in the sun, the siyara, and it doesn't see the moon either. And it doesn't rain on it. And it can't have any metal banging near it. The kol tarnagolta, and it can't hear a rooster. The kol nigri, and the kol of what do you call it? Carpenters. Footsteps. Yeah. Amar Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak nafal purta babira. This whole nafal pusa babira. This whole thing fell into the bar. You know how many things you have to have on this thing that it shouldn't work, right? It's got very specific qualifications. Fine. So then the Gemara says, "My ear yabanim afilu banis nami." Why are you saying only sons that go out with these medicinal things? Maybe daughters too. My area katanim afilu gedolim. Who says katanim? Right? Even older kids nami. Elamai ksharim. So it must be that's not what ksharim is. Elamai ksharim kihad amar avam barhuna amar acham barguya ben sheyesh gaguan al avim. Another interesting thing. A son who has gaguan, he's missing his father. So you take the what do you call it? The shoestring of his right shoe, and he ties it onto his left hand. Right? So that's what this ksharim are. So this ksharim was saying you would be allowed to go out with this thing, so the kid doesn't miss his father. He puts it on his left hand, right? And chiluf is sakanta. If you do the opposite, which is you take the left foot string and put it on the right, then it's sakana. Amar Avin Barhuna, Amar Rav Chama Bar Guria, Schufe Kasa Atibura B'Shabbat Shapardam. To take a kais, I think there are people doing this practice now. They take like these cups and they put it on you and they suction it. I think I just thought about that right now, right? There's people doing this. I think ball players are doing this. That's what I think that's what I heard it. They get these cups and they do suction on the skin.
It's called cupping.
What? Cupping?
Cupping is what it's called, the ball player.
All right, there you go. So this Gemara beat them to it, right? So it's saying you're allowed to do it on the stomach b'Shabbos, shapardami, right? Schufik kisa tibur b'Shabbos shapardami. V'amar avim barhuna amar acham r'giyah mutta lasik shemen umelach b'Shabbos. You're allowed to anoint yourself with oil and salt on Shabbos. Now here's we get into halacha l'maisa. Let's debunk a few myths. There's no issur of smearing on oil. Okay, anything that's porous, there's no issur of smearing. Okay, so if you have somebody who has chapped hands or whatever it is, and you want to put oil on it, there's no problem. There's no issur of smearing with oil whatsoever, unless it's for refuah, because we're not allowed to heal, right? We have the gezerah d'Rabbanan against healing on Shabbos. So you'd have to be sick enough. So now what's the story? Why are you allowed to do this stomach thing? Right? Healing is also on Shabbos. So the answer is it must be talking about a guy who is sick enough that require this. And the same thing with the oil. Right? I get this question all the time. Can you put oil on the lips on Shabbos? Oil on the lips, oil on chapped hands. So the people are asking because they think it's smearing. That's not the issue. Smearing is not the issue. Refuah is the issue. Right? So they tell them either they have to put it on before it hurts at all, so then it's not refuah, or you got to put it on after it really hurts enough that it's totally occupying your mind.
What if they're so chapped like they're bleeding? Then where would that fall in?
I don't think bleeding makes a difference. It would have to be painful. It would have to be painful, as far as I know.
My assumption is if your hand.
Why? Look at the case that the Gemara brings. It doesn't seem like it was such a major tzarich.
What with the drunk?
Yeah.
So hungover is obviously not considered a chayla. That's what you have to say. Otherwise, it'd be also. They're not
it that way. Here.
Yeah, I think so. That's what you have to say.
But it's bringing a raya that you're allowed to do it when you're a chayla.
Do what when you're allowed to?
If you're telling me in this case that he's talking about you're allowed to do it only in a case where the person's a chayla, so it's bringing a raya from the Amud when they weren't a chayla?
No, it's saying the stam that you're allowed to do this. The sicha you're allowed to do on Shabbos. No.
So Yaakov, they bring down from the Taz that it's not out healing. It's just specifically for that reason.
It's what?
They bring down from the Taz that passing is that way, that it's not for healing purposes.
So what is it
considered
for?
Healing. Sobering oneself is not considered healing.
Oh, you're talking about the next Gemara. Yeah. Okay, let's see the next Gemara first. Ki hada Rav Huna mi bei Rav, Rav mi bei Rav Chia, Rav Chia mi bei Rav, ki hava mi basni, when they will get drunk. So the first lesson to take out of this Gemara is why they're getting drunk.
Every Shabbos.
I didn't say every. It doesn't say every Shabbos. That you're reading into the Gemara, I think. That would be a good shot. But the meis, that means they are getting drunk. They are getting drunk. What?
It says to learn better on the art scroll. That's brought down from Madur Basar.
Like, who got drunk?
What do you say? What do you mean? It get to learn
the
better?
The Madur Basar says that they gave the young scholars wine in order to enable them to comprehend the depths of Torah.
Aha. Who says that?
The Madur Basar. I guess in the back.
Interesting. Okay. Whatever it is, they got drunk. You know what? Maybe I should get my kids drunk. Maybe they'll learn better, Taka. I should try that.
I've tried this. It doesn't work with scotch.
Oh, here. Okay, so anyway, so Kiyav Mavasmi, when they get drunk, Maisi Mishna, they would bring oil, milcha, and salt, the Shaifilu, and they would rub it on their hands, and they would rub it on the bottoms of their feet, and they would say, just like we're smearing this oil, or I don't know if it means smearing, or just like, how do you say it? Just the way it's helping, so it should also go away, right? Yeah. Hold on a second. I just lost the place because there's two similar Gemaras in a row. I'm sorry. V'iloi Maisi. Yeah, you have the place? About halfway down. V'iloi Maisi Shia Dedana. V'iloi, and if not, I'm sorry, I read it wrong. V'iloi, and if not, Maisi Shia Dedana. Bring like some sort of wax. The shari lay b'maya and soak it in water. V'amar kiyeh the leitzel hashia leitzel chamri deplani b'planisa. Just like we're thinning out this wax and it's getting smaller. It's getting like. I guess thinned out. So then the drunkenness should also go away. It's mutter to choke on Shabbos. That's also some sort of refuah. To wrap up a baby, like sometimes a baby would come out and the bones would be a little busted up from the delivery. So they would wrap up the baby to straighten out. We're going to have this later on in the Masechta. Rapapa Masni Bonim. Rav Zid Masni Ben. So Rapapa learned Bonim, which is plural. Rav Zid Masni Ben, Rav Zid said Ben, meaning Rapapa Masni Bonim, but Tavayo Masni Ba'avan Barhuna. He said Bonim, and he learned two things about Bonim from this last day, and the previous one with the kids using the healing, that Pua healing thing. All right? Rav Zid Masni Ben. The first thing you learned from Abba Barhuna, and this you learned from Rav Bar Barchana. To wrap up a child, to straighten out his bones of Shabbos is allowed. So now we're going to have a bunch of for the rest of the parak. For the rest of the parak, we're going to have all these interesting things that Abiy was told by his mother. Kol minyoni b'shma de'ema, right? Anything that are, anytime it says account, a minyoni b'shma de'ema, with the name of the mother's, we do with the name of the mother, which is, everybody knows this, right? Yichel kitre b'smala. And any time you have a knot, that goes in the left arm. Meaning, anytime you do refuah shalema, right? What do we do refuah shalema in the name of the mother, right? Because officially the mother has more rachmanis, so therefore we want to daven to Hashem using the mother's name, right? And the knots, as what we discussed previously, that's the left. That's always. I
thought because the father is only a roif.
What?
I thought because we know for sure that the kid came from the mother.
That's not a fancy pshat, so that would be a positive pshat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's what you say when your kids misbehave. You say, I'm only the father because of the roiv. That's it. It's only a roiv that I'm the father. Right? Anytime there's a minion that it says, meaning they say you have to say this and this in order to get things better, so you have to say it exactly as the mount. And if it doesn't say how many times you should say this thing to heal you, then it's 41 times, which is interesting because you got this thing to say nishmas 40 times and all these other things 40 times. Maybe it should be 41. I hear. I don't know. Okay, Tanarabanan, just thought about that now. Tanarabanan. You can go out with a stone. Some women wear this stone. Naftali Lerner knows. I think he once asked me about it or had it or something. You have a stone that keeps the pregnancies going, an event kuma, right? So you're allowed to go out on Shabbos.
Was a ruby, I think, or something.
It's a ruby.
Yeah, it was years ago.
Sort of red stone, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
well, yeah, it's supposed to touch your skin or something.
Yeah. So in the name of Rameir, they said, "Afa mishkol event kuma." You can go out even with a stone. What you do is you take that stone and use it to weigh this Evan Takuma, like sort of you swap it out. You take one and put it on one end of the scale, and then you put the other end the Evan Takuma. If it weighs exactly the same, then the whatever healing powers are in this stone will transfer over into the stone that you're using to weigh. And it's not only to make sure that it's not only good for a woman who had a miscarriage, but it's even good to prevent a miscarriage from a woman who never had one. It's not only for a person who's already pregnant, it can even for a person that wants to become pregnant and doesn't want to have a miscarriage, right? So meaning it's you don't have to use this stone exclusively once you get pregnant and exclusively if you had a miscarriage. It can even be before that. But this that you want to use it as the weight, you want to transfer it over into weight, that has to be exact same weight. But if it's a different weight, then it's going to be no good. Abiy had a shayla. Mishkal to mishkal mai. Can you take that new stone that you weighed opposite this Evan Takuma, right, which now has the healing powers, and then go and weigh it with another stone, and then that will transfer the healing powers onto the next stone. So that's the Gemara says taker. That's a taker. Fine. Abiy said, my mother told me, if somebody has fever every day, right? You should take a white zuz, a white coin, and go to the salty places, meaning by the Yamamelach. I think it's, I don't know, I've seen it by the Yamamelach, where you make a little runoff, and then the salt evaporates there, right? And then you have salt left. I guess it's on oceans too. I don't know. But let's go maskali milcha, and you take and you weigh some salt. And what you do is you tie the salt by the neck, right, with a piece of hair, not a piece, a string of hair. Okay, this is strange stuff, right? And then so hopefully this will help the fever. And if that doesn't work, sit on the roads. When you see a large ant carrying something, right? Sometimes you see like ants carrying whatever it is that they're carrying, sugar or whatever, something sweet. Where you take it and you put it into a vial that's made out of copper, and you seal it with lead, and then you put another seal on top of it with 60 different types of seals. I don't know exactly how you do this. To me, it seems like a little easier to just take Advil. And then you shake the tube, right? And then you carry it, and then you say to the ant, after you do this whole thing, whatever's on me should go on you, and whatever's on you should go on me. And hopefully you transfer your not feeling well onto the ant. Okay.
So how are we supposed to look at all this? Is this like actual refuah, or this is like?
I have no idea. It's a good question. I don't know. I don't know. The pashtus is, I think they just say that the metzius changed, right? Doesn't the Rambam write that? I think the Rambam writes that all these Gemara things don't really apply anymore. I should really look it up, but I think the Rambam.
So was this stuff considered derech hateva back then?
Seems like it was, yes.
So we shouldn't be using this for coronavirus?
It obviously wasn't common knowledge because the only.
No, they also say that a lot of the refuahs were based on the science of the times.
Yeah.
Besides the fact that the metzius changed, it's based on whatever the medical books. That was the standard. What the medical books said in those days.
Okay, but where did they get that from?
Wherever the medical schools got it from in those days, I
hear.
The Rambam learns like that. The Ramban argues.
Yes, it's what? How it works.
Rambam learns it's medical. The Ramban learns it's Torah.
I think it also has to do with the whole Varapa Yerape Machlokes, no?
Yeah.
It's almost a year since I gave that Shir Shavuos night, so it's already long forgotten. And, what was last year's controversy? What's it called? Vaccines.
Showers.
Showers also you discussed. Vaccination was last year, and this year I don't. This year
Tiago, can you please do
year.
vaccinations next time you come?
We should do vaccinations. Okay, we'll see.
Yeah. I think I still have your Marmakaimis for both.
Listen, Eliona, I gotta come for 2 yard sites. You know what I mean?
That's all. That's on recording, Tiago.
You know what? I think I'd rather the second one than I schlep the kids to the spring training or whatever. Okay.
I'll take it.
Okay. So weiter. So what you did is you took this ant, you did this whole complicated procedure, and then you basically told the ant, whatever's on me, go on to you, whatever's on you, go on to me. Good. What happens if somebody else got this ant 5 minutes ago, and now you're going to get his fever that he put onto the ant, right? Maybe somebody else found it and put it onto him. So the Gemara said, no. So what you have to do is tell the ant, whatever's on me and whatever's on you should be on you. Fine. And if that doesn't happen, you take a new earthenware. We're ready for Myra? I'll be in a minute. You take a new utensil, an earthenware utensil, and go to the river, and say to it, Nara, river, give me a kuza demaya, a jug of water for for whatever this irach, because this guy's having a steady fever that's going into me. And then you have to take the. I wonder if this has to do with what do you call it? Well, kapara. So you take it and you go around your head 7 times, and then you throw it behind him into the river. And say to the river, Nara, take back the water that you gave to me, and then take the way, meaning the fever that's coming to me. It came to me today, and today it should leave. Okay. If you don't want to tune in tomorrow, you could do this all yourself because it's one full blot of this same stuff. So, whatever. Yeah, we'll try and make it a little exciting, and I'll have to look into some things to try and make it a little exciting. All right, everybody should enjoy the Lag BaOmer and stay safe.
Who's driving Mordechai home?
Who's driving Mordechai home? I think he's going to smear oil with salt on his hands and his feet until he loses the sober. All right, folks. Have a good night. I'm sorry I got to cut out.
Good night.
Thank you.
Have
a good night.
Bye.
Yeah.